Welcome back to Stampede. While we're on the topic of Justice Week, we decided to interview Brandon Ellis about his upcoming mission trip to Uganda. Brandon, why don't you tell us about how you got involved on this?
Yeah, so back in August, we had the band Jenny and Tyler from Nashville come out to do kind of a worship service at Milligan's Chapel. And they were kind of talking about IJM and all of what they were doing around the world. And it just really seemed like a great opportunity for college students specifically to get involved in something that was kind of bigger than themselves. And so kind of one thing led to another, and talking to different people that had been involved in the organization, it really sounded like something awesome to do, especially since I don't really have any really serious plans for post-college. So kind of went on, filled it out, and ended up getting accepted. So really exciting stuff.
I bet. Where are you going exactly in Uganda, and what all do you plan on doing?
So Uganda is a country and kind of right next to Kenya in Africa. And so it's going to be in northern Uganda, which is close to South Sudan border. And what they're doing there specifically in that particular office is they're working with what they call property grabbing, which is essentially when a wife's husband dies, she becomes a widow, and her family members will come and take their property from them. And that's against the law in Uganda, but a lot of people don't know that because it's kind of an age-old tradition. So lawyers come in there and they try to educate the local populace and the police, and they work with the police to protect these widows' rights.
That's interesting. When do you leave, and how long do you stay there?
So I graduate in May, and then we report with 40 or so people that are going to be interning in different offices report in D.C. in mid-June. We train for a couple of weeks and then leave at the end of June for a year long.
So IJM is behind this. Or do they have any other trips like this planned in the future? Do you think if this is a success that they'll go back to Uganda or other areas that might need help like this?
Yeah, so each one, where all these offices are, there's about 17 across the globe. And they're established offices where lawyers are there around the year. They live there, they work there, and a lot of them are locals. And so this particular office has been there since 2012. But yeah, they have interns come in every year, and they stay for about a year. And they just try to educate them. And a lot of these people end up going and working for IJM in the future. So,
do you think that's in the cards for you?
Who knows? I mean, I'm only 22, so who knows what I'm going to do with my life. But I'm really excited because it's a great opportunity to ministry, and I think it's something that really needs to be done.
Well, that's great. Do you have any other things to say about IJM or the mission trip in general?
I mean, it's I've been kind of telling some other people, for me personally, I've always been interested in law and politics and stuff, but I've always felt like it wasn't helping a particular person. It was kind of more worried about like worldly items, like, who's going to get my car and keeping my ex-wife from stealing something from me. But with this, it really is, it's about the person's life, it's bigger than that. It's something that it's like how they're going to live and survive. And I think that's something that really speaks to me and a lot of other people that want to get involved in it. And it's a really particular way to help somebody's needs and meet them where they're at. And I think that's just a great way to minister who God is in Christ.
Speaking of people getting involved, what would you tell future Milligan students that might hope to get involved in a ministry like this?
I think just look where you're passionate about and look where you're getting given opportunities. And I think there's something to be said, especially in this stage of life, just taking that step towards, I feel like God's been calling me here, whether that's with IJM or Roth House, for instance, or just some job in the middle of nowhere. I mean, just go and take that step forward. And I think that's an act of faith, but I think it's very rewarding.
All right. Well, thank you, Brandon, for coming.